Hi, this is Trey Passer. Welcome to my review of the Netflix series. This is a 7 episode series called I Am Not Okay with This. Okay. This is from the producers of Stranger Things and End of the Effing World. Those two producers combined to produce this 7 episode series on Netflix. And this movie stars Sophia Lillis. She plays Sydney Novak. She's the girl from It, of course, the redhead chick. And then we also have Stanley, who in this movie, played by Wyatt Oleff, who was in It as well, playing Stanley. He plays another character in here called Stanley Barber. Okay, and Sophia Bryant is this is Dinah, and this is basically the story of Sydney Novak, played by Sophia Lillis, who's dealing with trying to navigate high school, dealing with her family, and she, like I said, her father has committed suicide, so she's living with her overworked mother and her younger teenage brother. Okay, and she's sort of an outcast, and she has a best friend named Dina, so played by Sophia Bryant, who she's secretly in love with. Okay, and she has a weird, nerdy neighbor, played by Wyatt Oleff, who plays Stanley Barber, who's actually a kind of confident nerd. He's not your typical nerd who's shy. He's extremely confident uh, about his abilities and stuff, and he kind of befriends Sydney, of course, because he likes her and stuff. Okay, and of course, Sophia Bryan, who plays Dinah, her Sydney's best friend. She's dating this jock, okay, arrogant jock named Brad Lewis, played by Richard Ellis. Okay, and of course, Sydney can't stand him, and she's also dealing with the fact that with her, the death of her father, and also with her obviously being gay because she likes her best, she's in love with her best friend, and also she's discovered that she has these secret. So I would kind of say her powers are telekinesis. I think that's what you would call her powers, because she can move things with her mind and stuff. Okay, so that's what they don't outrightly say, even though the Stanley character in this movie, he's trying to help her, once he discovers, what her powers is. And this is actually a really good series. I like this. This is obviously based on a book, but I think most episodes are like 35 minutes, I think. Okay, but this is a really good story. It's basically another high school kind of thing, but again, this character of Sydney, who's always, she's kind of self narrating a little bit this story, saying, that she's supposed to, her school psychologist gives her like a diary to write down her thoughts, because she knows obviously she's dealing with the death of her father and stuff, and other things and stuff in school, like, being in love with her best friend and stuff. And this neighborhood guy uh, who kind of befriends her and really likes her, but he doesn't know obviously that she's in love with her best friend. So she has to deal with all this, and plus, like I said, he gets into arguments with her overworked mother, who has to work long hours to support her and her daughter and her son. And I like this show. This is really good. Like I said, it's sarcastic and funny. I like the Stanley character played by Wyatt Oleff. This, like I said, his character is a nerdy guy, but he's really a confident guy. He's not nerdy where he's shy like you typically get in these movies, about high school and stuff. He may be a nerdy guy, but he's strictly extremely uh, comfortable in his skin. That's why I put it that way. He's extremely comfortable in his skin. And like I said, he has he really likes Sydney, but Sydney really is in love with her best friend. Okay, he doesn't know that obviously, but he still wants to be, and also wants to be a friend as well. And like I said, and she also has to deal with the powers. Like I said, whenever she gets angry or stressed, okay, or any extreme emotion, her powers tend to manifest themselves. And I guess that's another thing she has to deal with, as well as going through the normal high school things. And this is a really good, well written story, well acted. Okay, like I said, 7 episodes. It's not too long. It's just long enough. Okay, the performances are really good. I love Sophia Lillis' the Sydney Novak character. She's really good. I love Wyatt Oleff as Stanley Barber, the confident nerd. And I even like Sophia Bright as Dina. We don't get to know that much about. We don't get to know a few things about her. She doesn't have enough screen time. That's what might be my only knock. That they don't spend enough time with her, even though you can see kind of you can obviously can see why her her friend is in love with her and stuff. She's a gorgeous young woman, but I would have liked to see a little bit more of her home life, because you don't kind of get that. It's basically Sydney's story, so you just get her story. You get a little bit of Stanley's home life. he has, he has like, looks like he's living with, uh, just his dad. His mom looks like his mom either is not in the picture anymore. He's living with his alcoholic dad and stuff. He has to kind of deal with put downs and stuff from his dad and stuff. And then, like I said, you have the jock, played by Richard Ellis, Brad Lewis, who's dating Diana. And at first, you kind of think, that just, that Sophie Sydney is just jealous, and the guy's really, he's an okay guy. At least that's the way he appears. But keep watching the show to see if this character evolves and stuff. It's like I said, it's a really well-written show and well acted. And like I said, the has a lot of dark humor in it, which is good to watch. And again, this girl has to deal with these, these weird powers that manifest themselves and stuff, and how she deals with how to keeps that hidden, and also with her feelings for her best friend who she's in love with. It's a really well written show and well good. I really enjoyed it a lot. I started watching it yesterday, and I kind of got hooked on it, and I finished watching it today, the rest of it. And I definitely would like to see a season 2 for this. This is a ongoing thing. I would really enjoy this because this is a really good show. Well, we're in another one of these high school things that are well written and well acted to me. So anyway, I would give. I am not okay with this. I would give it an 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed it a lot. It's one of my favorites, I think, so far from Netflix. So I definitely think they should definitely make more. And anyway, let me know what you think. If you've seen I Am Not Okay With This, let me know what you think of it. Feel free to leave comments down below. I have links to my social media in the description box, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I also have a link to my other channel, Paul Views and Opinions. Please check that out as well. And this is Trey Passes. Thanks so long. Take care.